When it comes to trolling on the internet, no one is above trolling. Not even our boss, Cristiano Ronaldo, or his wife, our queen. Well, she got her share of trolling on social media. Here's why. Welcome to the SMS. In this edition, we are going to talk about the boss of our boss. When I say the boss, I'm talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. And when I say his boss, I'm talking about his wife, Georgina Rodriguez. Georgina Rodriguez, Mrs. Ronaldo, or Cristiano, just posted something across all her social media networks, and fans and enemies alike couldn't help it but go crazy. This is what she posted, and she's apparently talking about when she first met Ronaldo. Here's what happened. I was working as a sales assistant at a Gucci store in Madrid. My life was simple and sometimes difficult, living in a small room and dreaming of a better future. Well, in 2016, while I was at work, a man walked into the store and changed my life forever. It was Cristiano Ronaldo. The moment our eyes met, I felt in my heart that my life will never be the same.
Oh my God!
I feel like I'm in a Romeo and Juliet fiction or story or movie. Well, he fell in love with me. He fell in love with me. He fell in love with me. And I fell in love with him. And from that day on, our story began. Well, for those of you who are curious about whether she was the one who made the move first, she said, he fell in love with me. And then I fell in love with him. That means Ronaldo first fell in love with Georgina before she did. Okay, so well, that's it. And a lot of people reacted. Let's get a few of the comments. Amal Hussein says, oh my God, 9 years to make sure that he wanna marry you? Well, he's referring to the fact that it took them a long time before they could settle down, before they could get married. Mohammed Guma says, yesterday, thieves broke into my house. Searched everywhere, but found nothing. They started beating me, telling me to work hard. Well, this is obviously, this is not related to the topic. It's just one of those comments you find on social media that does not relate to the original post. But it's funny, you know. Grace says, some rumors say that your story was different, that you worked somewhere in a nightclub. Well, I don't know how true that is. Ali Hassan says, you mean the moment your eyes met his wallet? How do you know? Are you trying to say that Georgina loved Ronaldo because Ronaldo is popular and has a lot of money? You know, it's not just about money, you know. Ladies could fall for a handsome guy, and Ronaldo is handsome, tall, you know, with a lot of charisma and stuff like that. So if it's not about money, he's handsome. He could still get some fine lady without money. Or what do you think? Taintly says, your life wasn't simple anyway. You started at a Gucci store, not in an unknown store. Well, he has a point. So the fact that you could get the chance to work in a Gucci store, you know, a brand like that, very expensive. If you could work over there, it means you have some connections. It means you're not just a poor little girl from an unknown town. Alan Hunter says, luckily, it wasn't the eyes of the man collecting the garbage, but a rich footballer. Phew, I'm sure it was out of love for him and not the dollar. So you guys are trying to prove a point. You're trying to say that she loved Ronaldo because of his money. How about those who left? At the time, Ronaldo still had money, but they still left anyway. They still broke up anyway. So what is your point? Okay, so Jimmy says, and then he started picking you from work with his luxurious cars. Then you stopped replying my messages. Joke. Congratulations to you guys. Ken says, let me know if there's a job vacancy at the Gucci store. And this guy, Ben Andre, says, this story will never happen the other way around. A simple man who works in a store will be invincible for a rich woman. Well, he has a point. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Usually, ladies, it's very difficult for a lady who is well-to-do to go for a normal guy, you know. Ladies, what do you say? Noor Nasser says, Georgina, give us advice on how to keep your husband for a long time. Well, that's a good question, because Ronaldo actually dated a lot of the ladies, but they all broke up. She, Georgina, is the only one to have stayed this long. So I think she's done well. She deserves a hand of applause. And Mutaz Obayid says, you loved a rich man, not Cristiano. What is your point? Another guy says, you marry him for his money. You can't prove it. You have no proof or evidence. Julia says, I'm gonna see if Gucci is hiring. So you could do what? So that you could meet famous footballers or rich guys. Yeah, that's a nice tip. Good luck, Julia. Santu says, only women can get lifetime opportunity like this, not men. He actually is single. It's quite difficult for, as I said earlier, for a well-to-do woman to just pick a random guy and say, you be my husband. It only happens in movies and fantasy stories. Ishmael says, a real man is not the one who tells you what he can do for you, but the one who shows you through his actions. Motivators are in the mix. Khadija says, I think there might be some confusion. Cristiano Ronaldo is a public figure, and his personal life is well documented. While he has been in high-profile relationships, there is no public record of him meeting a sales assistant at a Gucci store in Madrid and falling in love. It's possible you are thinking of a fictional story or a fan-made scenario. Wait, Khadija, what is your problem? Are you Georgina? This is a story from the horse's own mouth. This is Georgina Rodriguez telling us how she met Ronaldo. And why do you say it's a fictional story? Were you there when they first met? I mean, it's what the hell? Or are you related to Cristiano in any way? Or are you related to any of them? If you have some inside story, tell us. Because you can't dispute. She's a wife, and she said that's how she met. So why do you have problems with that? And let me say, the silicone story began. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Jasprit Singh says, you mean you just saw money? Laugh out loud. And that was the lottery. For him, it was possible. It was possible because he is rich. So wait, it was possible for him. It was possible because he's rich. Are you saying that on the normal, Cristiano Ronaldo cannot get married or date Georgina because she's so beautiful, too beautiful for him? What are you saying? Cristiano is not some ugly guy. He's very handsome. So are you saying a handsome guy and a beautiful lady cannot date or get married without money? Yeah. This is the last one. And Danielle says, you are Cinderella. Congratulations. I'm not sure what that means. And of course, this is from Georgina Rodriguez. This is her official Facebook account with about 1.2 million followers. So if you're a fan, you can follow her. Now, if you ask me, definitely someone must dig that gold. Unless you want Ronaldo to remain single forever, which is not possible, is it? So someone must be bold enough to claim him. And so guys, allow Georgina to enjoy her fortune. I think she deserves it. So what do you think? What do you think about this story? Do you think Georgina already knew who Cristiano was before, and so when they met, it was kind of easy for them?